Okay. Well, I am here. It's been a while. Not too long. I think it's only been a week, actually. Hello, everyone. Actually, I should probably bring down my mic. Alright. Hello, hello, hello. It is me again, and it's been quite some time. Welcome back to Ocarina of Time live stream. This is Ishan here, and now today we are playing Ocarina of Time. Last time we did the Dongo's Cavern, along with getting both bombs and the Goron pendant. And now today we are going to head to Zoras Domain and get our last pendant. But before we do that, hold your horses. We are actually going to explore up here, where there is some rocks to blow up. Rocks, and then actually a higher up mountain that we can head to actually get a upgrade. Oops. There we go. Right here you can blow up that rock so you can open up a hole that has a cow, and then when you play, whenever you find cows, you can play the Epona song, and uh-oh. You can play Epona song and get yourself some milk, which I might have to use after. The thing about Death Mountain is when you climb the higher part of Death Mountain, it will actually erupt. And it's actually pretty dangerous. Another reason why you would want to have the Hylian shield for Young Link, because yeah, that's the Hylian shield will protect Young Link since he's holding it on his back. Okay, we're good on everything else though. And before we head anywhere else, actually that's Death Mountain Crater, which we don't want to head into. Death Mountain Crater has like it can give you heat stroke without actually it can give you heat stroke unless you have a certain tunic. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving, by the way, along with a great Black Friday. I got myself a PS4 with the Uncharted bundle, and I didn't get to play much of it. I've just been working around with the menus and stuff and my profile. But I also will be getting Fallout 4 next week when I get paid again. So I'll play that along with Uncharted 2. Heading up to Death Mountain, you'll actually run into a Great Fairy, and she will grant you the a stronger spin attack. You get to spin the control stick around to do it, or you can hold the B button and release it. And this will give you, depending on when you get, you know, what you get first, this will probably be the first time you'll be getting the magic meter. Okay. And there we go, we are finished with that. So if we hold it like this, you can do that, or you can spin it, and it will do minimal damage, but it also won't use up magic. But I guess you could say it's harder to pull off. And if you meet Kiborgabor down here, he'll actually be nice with you and have you fly down. A lot of people don't really notice this because, yeah, this is pretty cool having to see different perspective in that similar flying motion that we had in the beginning of the game. I actually really like this. And it's not the last time we'll be seeing this. There's another point where he does the same thing. And he took us to the top of the roof. A little kid to the top of the roof. Actually, this is a good thing because you can see there's a platform here. We can land here, head inside the house, and we get ourselves a piece of heart. How much do we have, actually? Oh, wow, is that our first one? Okay, then. Well, I guess I'll explain. 4 heart pieces, you'll get a new heart container. Simple as it is. As far as everything else, there were some rocks in Goron City that I could have blown up. All there really was like... There's a shortcut to Lost Woods, for one. There is a Goron shop that you can open up. Just sells, you know, the typical stuff. Seeds, bombs, potions. There is also a path that will take you to a big Goron, or a semi-big Goron. Actually, how many Skulltulas do I have? That's kind of important too. Only 8, okay. Yeah, he will give you like a giant's knife, which is pretty strong, but dies very quickly. Like, it breaks very fast. If you hit it against a wall, it will break instantly, and after a few uses, it will break apart. It's not meant to be a permanent item. It's meant to be a joke. But now with all of that out of the way, we will be heading to Zora's River first, not Zora's Domain. Zora's River, just a little build up to it. I really, really need a, I also would really want a upgrade with my, oh my god, with my wallet. I don't know, 99 rupees is just way too little for me. 200 is fine though, but I remember the brain scratch playthrough, it was 99 they were holding up to. Like, it really didn't need to be 99. You could have at least gotten 200, Ryan. Oh well. I just also came back from work, so everything is like, well, it wasn't even that busy today. I think there's something in here, actually. Whenever you see a ring of rocks like this, you can use a bomb to blow it up, and well, sometimes there'll be holes. I guess there's no holes here. Now we're going to talk to this guy who sells us magic beans. They grow into these lily pads, but only for several years, so unfortunately they don't really mean anything to us. It's mainly just let's just plant these, and, you know, means to get away, or have a way to, you know, set it up in the future. I'll be buying some of these right now because I don't think I really need any rupees as of right now. Would just be planting some of these things down here. And there are some areas that will be very helpful to have the magic beans for. So why don't we just head off? Can I not climb this up? Okay, let me go back. I think I jumped to the wrong ledge, actually. I got myself Fallout New Vegas. That's pretty fun so far. And yesterday was like, or I guess 2 days ago, as soon as Thanksgiving was over, it was like 12 a.m. at midnight. Me and a couple of friends went to Black Friday shopping, and it was like the first time ever I went a day without sleeping. It was crazy. I mean, there was a point where I like napped. That really didn't mean much though. This frog here, playing the Ocarina here will actually have you play this minigame with some frogs, and then, you know, if you get it all right, you get a Harpies. It's not really necessary. It is only for a Harpies, and honestly, I'm not going to go for that kind of Harpies. I'm just going to go for the ones that are at least out of the way. Very easy to get. But yeah, as I was saying, I did not sleep for obviously over 24 hours at that point. Only a few naps that like lasted for an hour. That's about it. Oops. Actually, I think there's a sculpture around here. Or maybe not. Right here is also another shortcut to Lost Woods. And I didn't sleep until... I didn't sleep until 4 p.m. the next day. And I basically passed out. So, that was fun. Okay. Yet another area we use the Zelda's Lullaby for. Of course, there's a lot of those kind of areas. And now we made it to Zora's Domain. Nothing much around here. I think there is an area where you want to light torches. But that's about it. And I think it's for a heart piece. So, once again, not really interested in getting that kind of heart piece. What we want to do, though, and this is pretty important, actually, it's pretty nice, especially if you have an extra bottle right now. Just come over here and keep scooping till you get yourself a fish. Okay. What we do need to do, however, is a mini game, which is mandatory to do because we have to find a way to swim. Meeting the biggest Zora in a long time. And in fact, he looks like a crossbreed with the Lake Zoras and the River Zoras. The River Zoras from you know, Zelda 1 and A Link to the Past. Well, we want to talk to this guy. And we want to play the diving game, pick up all the rupees. Remember, we can only dive down underwater for like 10 seconds. If you can dive and have that kind of head start where you dive and land and make it to the bottom of the ocean in a matter of a second, or as soon as you hit the ocean, that's actually a good way of getting the rupees. I'm not sure how many rupees there are. I guess there's 5. Yeah. You also get a 5 rupee extra. Now make sure you head to the same Zora instead of heading to a different area, because I think that would mean you'll have to do the minigame again. Not hard though. That's at least important. Ugh. Next part's gonna be pretty lengthy. Maybe next part I'll probably do a stream in the afternoon, because I know in the evening I really just want to relax, especially after work or school on Mondays. But the next part I will say has a lot of dialogue, a lot of cutscenes, considering how slow the text is in this game. Even this is slow. You know, it's gonna be a little exhausting. Alright, now we got the silver scale allowing us to a lot deeper, I think 6 seconds. There is yet another upgrade that will allow us to dive deeper in 9 seconds. However, that's optional. In fact, there's no reason why you will want to dive deeper than what you can already do. Taking this warp pipe takes you, or I guess this warp tunnel will take you straight to Lake Hylia. There really isn't much to do in Lake Hylia. I guess one thing we could do is actually quite helpful. I guess I should see how to play the Goron Lullaby. Okay, that's how you play it. The reason why I'm checking this out is because you could see these two scarecrows over here. Alright, and let me play it with this guy. Okay, I'm just gonna pretend that worked. Hopefully it did. I think I just needed to talk to both scarecrows and play both. But what they do is that in the future they will act as hookshot targets, and that will allow you to, you know, reach higher areas. Only in areas that they can actually spawn to, though, but still pretty neat. Oops. That's weird. It looks like on the map I can head through there. I guess it's looking at the upper area. Okay. Well, if you might have noticed, we also got a third bottle. Has a letter inside it, and that letter is addressed to King Zora, who's right here, who we can just head over. Zoras Domain looks fine here. It seems like a lot of areas that are reminiscent of Ocarina of Time that are in Majora's Mask are just very lively. I mean, I guess not Goron Shrine, it's not really much of a city, more of a shrine. But Zora Hall is amazing compared to this. And of course, like I said, Twilight Princess kind of has that same thing where it takes a lot of areas from Ocarina and just livens them a little bit more. Because Zora's Domain is a nice expansive version, and Lake Hylia is very expansive too. So is I guess Death Mountain itself actually feels a little more of a mountain. Well, no, I guess Death Mountain's more larger in scope in Ocarina. By the way, this is also really, really mean, having us to sit through this big Zora. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about it. And I don't think it changed in the 3DS version either. It is kind of hilarious, at least in retrospect. But yeah. So, based on the letter, it seems like Princess Ruto went to go find the special pendant, which is probably the one we're looking for. Unfortunately, she's trying to find it. Before we head off to this big whale over here, let's head back to this. Let's head to the backside of Zora Fountain. This area, by the way, looks very familiar to me, if only because this. Where is it? Okay. God. That valley over there with all the trees, it looks very suspicious. It looks like the area in the entrance of Snow Peak in Twilight Princess. Everything turns to ice. Everything is in a round area, and that valley, the trees are gone, but it's icy there as well, and you can't head there. I actually wonder if Zoras Domain is the entrance of Snow Peak this whole time. Of course, I was playing the Wii version, so everything was flipped, which makes even more a little bit of sense, I guess. Let's place the bomb over here because there's actually a different looking rock. I think that it's meant to make the player think you can bomb it, when in actuality there is a huge there is a huge wall that's actually bombable this whole time. And for the third time in this session, we'll be using Zelda's Lullaby for yet another puzzle. And hopefully it's the last one for this session. By the way, the Great Fairies in this game look really, really unsettling. I never liked their design. I find them really disturbing. The Great Fairies in Wind Waker and Twilight Princess were very good, though. I think the ones in Twilight Princess were meant to be a lot more realistic looking than in this one. Though these are, I guess, at the same time, a little more memorable. And now we got the Forwards Wind, which will allow us to set up a warp point. And then when you use it again, we will be warped to that area. This is especially helpful to reduce backtracking. At the same time, it kind of makes it not as useful because there will be points where you can just, you know, save and then soft reset. You'll make it back to the entrance, especially in the water temple. But you know what? It's still not that bad. I guess for more complex dungeons, probably the forest temple, the water temple, and actually that's about it to me. I don't think it's that helpful overall after a while. I think that's it though. I think there's actually an area we can climb up towards, unless if I'm thinking of the you know what, I'm thinking of the future. Yeah. Don't disturb Jabu Jabu. What we want to do here is bring up a fish and give it to Lord Jabu Jabu. Because, hey, guess what? Princess Ruto got swallowed by Lord Jabu Jabu. So we're going to open his mouth and inspect inside him, which coincidentally he inhales the fish while inhaling us as well. Alright, so the inside of Jabu Jabu's belly. Must say it's a pretty cool dungeon. Nice shot, Link. I like seeing dungeons that are, I guess, have a unique design approach. Jabu Jabu's belly, Snow Peak ruins from Twilight Princess, and then the sand ship from Skyward Sword. We're all pretty cool. And if you know where you're going in this dungeon, it's actually very easy to breeze through. Well, firstly, we meet Princess Ruto very fast, and luckily she doesn't get herself caught in anything, in any sort of mess. However, she seems pretty... She seems like she's really tired. It's like, she's really mean. Anyways, as soon as she sees us, she falls. Honestly, I always thought it was our fault that she did that. And this part actually got me stuck in the beginning because I had no idea what to do. She said she doesn't want to be... She wants to be left alone. She doesn't need anyone's help. So after that time, I kind of just stopped talking to her. But then I talked to her again, and then we could carry her, which I didn't do the first time. So yeah, that kind of sucked. Alright. There is some gold sculpture around here, but we will be coming back here afterwards. What you can use for Princess Ruto, however, is a pretty decent projectile. You can see I just popped those two bubbles, which I think have a weird name. I think. Shaboom. Not bubbles. Shaboom. Let's toss her up first. And then... Ow. Getting killed by Shaboom. Actually, let's get the rest of these Shabooms. Ow. And these guys are kind of annoying too. You just need to like shoot them down afterwards, but yeah. Okay, we got a gold sculpture up here. Unfortunately, you can't reach it, but we can just raise up the water. If you have Zora, or if you have Ruto still in this pit while the water's raising up, she will suddenly disappear, and you would have to leave the room and then come back, and then she'll be there. Or I think she'll be where she fell at. Either way, it's not that far, but be careful about that. Okay, so luckily we got 9 Sculptulas. One more until we get ourselves a pretty good prize. Let's continue on around here. Honestly, getting the invisibility frames to hit the Shabooms is pretty helpful. And yes, you can use Ruto to hit that switch. Pretty amazing. Okay, and then this area. You know what? We actually don't need the Hylian shield anymore. There's no fire enemies around here, so just use this guy to attack him. And there is something behind there. I think it's another Sculptula. Once again, kind of out of the way. I think there's also a compass. But I don't need it, so. And the other pits that, you know, the pit that Ruto fell in, you might have noticed there's other pits around there. A lot of them are just, you know, fall in to get a treasure chest that has like a few rupees or maybe the map. And then there's one that could easily take you to the... to some Sculptulas, but that's about it. Those jellyfish, the small ones are called berries, the large ones are called berries. And now we want to head this way. Put Ruto down because... Oh, we actually can't do anything here. Because she can press the switch for you. Unfortunately, you'll have to go through some more dialogue if she does it. Okay, I could have sworn it was this way. Oh, whoa. Careful with that, Link. Alright. I guess I went the other way. You actually need Ruto for the right, and then it's the, you want to work your way around. And the yellow switches can only be stepped on if you have more weight, which luckily we do, because guess what, we have Ruto and not 20 bombs. And I believe, yeah, we have more stingers around here. Not too bad. Alright. Oops. I actually never minded this dungeon. I feel like some people actually hated it because I'm not sure if it's because you have to carry Ruto. I mean, maybe it doesn't really give you much paths or anything. It doesn't give you much control because all you're doing is carrying Ruto. But I do like how you can. She's more like a tool for the dungeon, not so much of a problem, I guess. Oh, and we got the Boomerang. Pretty amazing. Boomerang, first time being in the 3D Zelda. It can be used, it can be thrown, and it can be thrown. Did I leave Zora? Did I leave Ruto in here? Where is she? Oh god, where is she? Where is she? I'm actually kind of worried now. Okay, well, with our Boomerang we can attack these enemies if we want. That's about it. Dude, where is she? That's really worrying me right now. Can't just wander off. Oh my god. Alright, let's head back, I guess. Come on, dungeon, don't make me dislike you or anything. Oh, there she is. How'd she get all the way over there? Why would you get all the way over here? Alright, man, that would suck if I fell or something. Okay. First thing we'll do is head back to where we came. Or the head back to the door that we entered earlier. And face off against that worm thing that we saw in the air, which we can only deal with if we have the Boomerang. Okay, so just hit it. After a couple hits, I think it's 5. Or 4, okay. And with that, we get an instant dungeon map. Actually, that area that had the sculpture that I skipped out on, that doesn't have the compass map. Because I remember the compass was over here. I think this is it. This is just a dungeon map. Okay, that's so weird. The map on here is actually the Dongo's Cavern still. Huh. Alright, let's talk to her. I'm still planning on getting a new graphics card in the future. Obviously that wouldn't really make that noise in the background any better, but it'd be nice. Whoops. Okay, so what we're supposed to do here is basically kill all the Shabooms within the time limit. What has this time limit? Why do we have it here? It's weird. I don't know why we have it here. It feels like more of a mini game, because this mini game is not that bad. Is it required? Actually, no. But we may as well get this compass. Because as Navi pointed out, that tentacle that we destroyed also got rid of the rest of its body that was blocking this hallway. And that gave it that gave us the idea, and that's what we need to do. And there's more like that. But the tentacle that it was blocking, we didn't need to do anything about it. This is... Oh wait, what is this area actually? Oh, okay, there's a tentacle there. I didn't notice that. These guys are kind of annoying. They do like this paralysis attack. I don't know what they do. They look pretty cool though, but that's about it. Okay, we want to head in here. You know what this area also reminds me of? The inside of Dexter's body in Ape Escape. It's a really cool dungeon. Or a really cool level. Considering I played Ape Escape before I played Ocarina of Time. There we go. And of course, there's not really much treasure chests you can give us anymore, so the real goal here is just to get rid of the tentacles. Let's pick up Ruto once again. And that got rid of the tentacle in the center room, which we will clear up, which is the last area we're going to clear up actually. So, whoa, did not mean to ricochet her off. That's hilarious. Okay, I think this is also a time limit. Oh no, it's not. It just has berries around here. Okay. Berries are easy to get rid of. Just use your boomerang. You might have noticed that, you know, they are also, they were immune to basically everything we had. Unless if they have, like, another attack that I don't know. I mean, unless they have another weakness that I don't know of. But, also when I was gone, I don't think I mentioned it, in last part. I did release my new Zelda quest on Tuesday, I believe. Summoning War. I've already posted a trailer on it on my channel. But yeah, now everyone's able to play it. It's been getting great reviews. I'm happy about that. It's made to the second page of top rated quests now. I am happy. I am really, really happy about that. Save Your Souls didn't do that for a while. And then it kind of went down, maybe like fourth. No, probably like the fifth. It probably became like the fifth. It's probably on the fifth page, I was about to say. And boy, have we hit the mother load, because there are actually 2 gold Skulltulas here that we can actually now grab with our boomerang. We don't need to jump strike it or climb any vines. We can just use the boomerang and we are good to pick them up. So now we have 11 gold Skulltulas. We don't need to deal with any more. However, now we have to deal with this. We found the medallion. Or pendant, I should say. Throws Ruto up here. And I love this. Shows the pickup item thing, but it showed Princess Ruto. It's like, why Princess Ruto? But now she explained why everything was the way it was. She was feeding him Jabu Jabu. He accidentally swallowed the pendant along with her. Now that she found it, well, we're pretty much good to go, right? Well, no. Not sure what happened to her there. She said there's an octopus, but once you defeat this giant Octorara, nothing really happens. She doesn't really appear after. Anyways, this giant Octorara has a great camera angle. And you want to run the opposite way of where he's going. You can tell with the spike wall moving the opposite way of where you're going. And the closer you get, you want to use the Boomerang. This boss gave me trouble the first time, but the real way you want to defeat him is, well, first wait for Navi to target him. Ow, don't touch the spike wall. And he dodged. That's amazing. He decided to move away. This boss is at least a little more challenging than... No, this boss is a big step up over the Lizard Host. So I'll give it props for that. And in fact, this boss is pretty stressful at times. Though he's pretty similar to the mini-boss from Angler Tunnel in Link's Awakening, where you have to run away from him but hit him in the back. Pretty easy boss since you have Rock's Feather at that time. You want to go closer to the inner circle as possible. You'll make it to the mini boss's back a lot faster. When you stun him, use the jump strike, because the jump strike doing only 2 jump strikes will easily defeat this boss. Doing single stabs, slashes, whatever, that's not going to cut it afterwards. It's going to take a little longer, 4 to 5 hits. But 2 jump strikes is all you need. I suppose you can also use the Deku Sticks. In fact, maybe the Deku Sticks will actually one-shot this boss. And there we go. Now we take this elevator back up. And apparently this giant Octorara was like sleeping up here or something. Alright. Oh look, berries. Yay. Threats. Not even threats. Okay, heading here. And this is a weird room actually. You have these things. I have no idea what they are. We can't target them, so we can't figure out what they are. I'm sure guides would just call them blobs or something. I don't know. I look at them as livers. Also, that Octorara had a bit of a delay when dying, or when going to its dying animation. And this is pretty important. Don't miss this jump. As soon as you land on this platform, it will go down. It's very unstable. I'm not sure what part of the body this thing is. But now we are able to make it on the other side of the second room of this dungeon. And what you want to do here is take this box and put it on the pressure plate. I actually really got to wonder what these body parts are actually all about. You can't really tell at first. Now we have this area. It's probably best to kill all the berries. Or berries. They're not threatening. They don't really have that high of a homing factor. But just best to get rid of them. They might end up coming towards you afterwards. Okay, and I think there's a Scotial up here. Yes, there is. Making it number 12 very easily. We're actually almost at the boss, actually. I'm actually glad the PS4 came with this mono headphone thing. That way I can play the game with, you know, the mono headphone. While hearing other things happening in my room or whatever. Okay, I don't think there's any pots around here. This boss is much more challenging overall than all the other bosses we have faced. So once again, props. I'm happy about that. I actually like this boss too. I actually like fighting this thing. Once again, if you like fighting a lot of these bosses, you can at least refight them in the 3DS version. Or maybe there's like a boss gauntlet fan hack of this game. This thing is called Baronade. Well, I guess you could say it's kind of like a 3D version of Manhandla. You want to, what you do first is like cut off the tentacles that let it hang. Oh, whoa. Link. Don't do that. Link! Target! Oh, jeez. What you want to do is just disconnect the tentacles, and then he will move around like Manhandla, and have these really annoying, this annoying barrier. Get rid of all of the berries that block. Uh-oh. God. Okay, I swear, targeting's really awkward sometimes. I think this boss kind of has like 3 phases actually. Like first you want to cut off the tentacles, then you want to clear off the shields that protect Baronade, and then and then he's gonna move around similar to Manhandla, spewing out lasers and all that stuff. And here's the 3rd phase. You'll have another barrier, which I don't think you need to destroy. Or I think you do. I think once you destroy, they're permanently destroyed. Do you? Maybe it's gonna go inside. Yeah. Oh, that was close. Okay, I guess we need to destroy the berries again. Maybe he has 3 phases. But, of course, that clears it up a little bit more. Okay, now we're at 4 phases in. Okay, now I'm kind of lost, but it's okay. Okay, a few strikes in, and then he will, ow. He will move down. Dodging the acid's pretty annoying. Kind of stunts him. I guess you could just do side hops. Doesn't seem like it's hitting yet. Okay. Whoa, camera. Jeez. And we beat Baronade. Getting all bubbly and stuff. Ba, 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 na, And I accidentally got a heart container right away. And there she is. Actually safe and sound. And for some reason she's blushing. I don't know, maybe she's accepting the fact that Link saved her and she actually did need help. And now, because of all this, she will give us the spiritual stone. Man, it took a while for me to actually remember the name for it. I just kept calling it the pendant. But no, it's called the Zora's Sapphire. Kokiri Emerald, Goron Ruby, Zora's Sapphire. That's all I needed to say. It's small though, like it's nothing huge. These are just characters that are kind of one-offs and don't really mean anything afterwards. Yo, Link, excuse me. Link's is more like a cardboard box. He doesn't really have much expressions, and it doesn't really help when a lot of the characters are just kind of very minimal. nothing really special. Okay, and that's actually it. We are done with not only this dungeon, we're actually done with this session. And like before, I'm gonna save inside the dungeon because there's gonna be something I want to head into. I want to do before continuing off with this area. Okay, so that's gonna be it. Next time we will be actually heading to a climax of this game, which I am looking forward to. But at the same time, not looking forward to, because once again, there's going to be a lot of dialogue and cutscenes and stuff. So I'll think about when I'm gonna stream. On top of that, we gotta put in some extra. I gotta put in like time to do a little bit of cutscenes. But yeah, that's about it. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all whenever.